Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Avowed and... Oh, okay. Okay, everyone's talking, it scares me. Welcome back to Avowed. We have finished all of the side quest nonsense in this area, other than that one totem I can't seem to find. And we are going to now head and deal with the... I'm going to break all this, aren't I? We're going to head and deal... I'm going to try to say that in English. We're going to head and deal with the Steel Garrote and find out what's going on with that in this area. What's Heaven's Strike do different? I have no idea. It hits like a truck. Look at the stun. The stun is crazy. He's got 400 stun. That's madness. Break all this down. Might get us a little bit closer to what we're trying to do. Now, Yatsley would like a chat, so we're going to teleport over here. That's probably where I want to go anyway. Yep, and then we'll head to the quarry and see what the Garrote are doing, and hopefully stab Ludwin in her silly, silly face. Although her face is made out of skeletons. Okay, her face isn't made out of skeletons, but you know what I mean. Although that would be very entertaining. I've never seen someone with a face made out of skeletons before. Why is that not a thing? Just like lots of little skeletons dancing around until they form a face. Yatsley?
You know, I don't think I've ever seen so many books in one place. And to think Elder Grigor was going to hide them away from everyone. I just wish I wasn't traveling with a woman who agreed with him.
Alright, Yatsley, what the heck? She's a thief, Yatsley.
And the monks are hoarders. What's the point of a library if no one can check out the books? No matter. What's done is done. I had just hoped that Pargroon knowledge could help the Pargroonen. Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling?
I have a slight problem with this game sometimes. And that was a perfect example of it. Oh, we haven't enchanted it. It doesn't really matter, but... High frost accumulation. Yep, sure. Ondra's anger. That was a perfect example of it in that... at the time... Like, we talked to the woman about the books. She didn't proffer a reason at all as to why she was taking the books. It wasn't about, oh, we're going to do it to help the dwarves or anything like that. It just seemed like she was a thief. That's all I had. I didn't have any other information. And I didn't have any maybe I'm just missing chat options that would give me this information. But I had no sense that the monks were hoarding them, not letting anyone else read them, and that she was stealing them for a noble purpose. That never came across at all in the quest to me. And then Yatsley's having a pop at me for doing something that I don't think I did. And that's happened, I'd say 4 or 5 times throughout the series. In that the dialogue that we go through doesn't necessarily represent the reaction later on. I'm not saying it's a big deal or anything, but it has happened a few times now, so it's just something I'm slightly aware of. I'm getting annoyed about. Right, we are going to level Battle Trance up to max level. There we go. Fully upgraded. So I want to start working on the Berserker scale next. So I just need 5 more toadstools. Can I do... Oh, yeah. There we go. Max level on both. You can't see that, can you? The achievement just popped up. Jingle, jangle, jingle. Equip a fully upgraded set of armor. Most of the achievements don't pop up. Like the weapon one didn't pop up. Why did that one pop up? And why does it not record? I have no idea. Right. Can I make more? No. So we need more toadstools again. And then we'll start to upgrade the grimoire. But I got the 2 done that I wanted to get done. Boop. Increase your damage against prone enemies. What? Why? I mean, I guess if you had a build that knocks people over. That seems bad. King of an enemy grants movement speed. That seems bad. 2 might, 2 constitution. Decent. This is definitely more melee focus, but... Critical hit, steal, high bleed is fine.
It's stronger now. We have to get the rest of the pieces. Just to see what happens.
The last one would have to be pretty incredible for me to ever consider using it. I want to bring Marius along, just because we're doing the big quest in this area and it feels appropriate. to do so. Okay, so we want to go down here. We killed the guard at the entrance to the quarry. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my eyes. Burning. And let's head inside. Ooh, corpse. Corpse. I'd like to try to upgrade the book, which means we need more resources. But it's not really a big deal. I've got the two things done that I wanted to do, which was upgrading the weapon and armor to max. Okay, so we're also on the lookout for a totem piece.
Be ready. Lava can be really off-putting if you're not used to it.
Thank you, Marius. I did watch Volcano the other day. I watched Dante's Peak last year. Now, Dante's Peak would be my preferred volcano-based film from 1997. They've all gone a little crazy, I think, the Silgaro. The way they're murmuring to each other. Heal us somewhat. Yep, there you are. Come here! No, no! No, no! You've just been bonked.
That'll show him.
I'll show him. Also want to hit max level. I might have to do some grinding. Yeah, I watched Volcano the other day. Volcano rocks, but it's also terrible. And Dante's Peak is better. There were two big blockbuster Volcano films released in 1997, weirdly enough. Dante's Peak and Volcano. Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones. Dante's Peak with the woman from Terminator, who I can't remember the name of. Linda? Linda something? And Pierce Brosnan. Imp catchers, 10% dodge distance, 50. Oh, these aren't bad actually. 25 maximum stamina, 50 move speed. Sorry, I got shivers. They're not bad. Nearly, but not quite. Delusional report. A report written by a high-ranking officer within the Steel Garrote. The letters are written in a shaky hand. It is clear we must conquer inside the earth and take the place... My alarm's going off. Take the place deep underground where roots begin their growth. The garden will belong to us. We will belong to the garden. We will blossom the mountain and from there conquer our enemies. We must make the land bloom. Anyways, yeah, weirdly enough, two big Volcano films came out in the exact same year. It was very strange. And Dante's Peak feels... I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I watched Volcano the other day. Dante's Peak is a good film. It's still a good film. I gave it a 7 out of 10, I think I gave it. With strong characterization, some cool set pieces, and it's got this kind of small-town Americana vibe, which I really like in my films and media in general. You know, kind of like Alan Wake kind of vibes in that way. And Volcano's okay. It has two main problems. One is lack of emotional heft. It's just big set pieces. It's just volcanic explosion after volcanic explosion and nothing else really happens. It's clearly just a big budget disaster flick, you know? That's all they're interested in being. And also there is a romance plot at the center of the film, because of course there is. Now that's fine. There's one in Dante's Peak as well between Pierce Brosnan and Terminator Girl. But that Beckham just tried to kick Marius in the face. But in Volcano, it's between Tommy Lee Jones and I don't know the name of the woman. I think it's the same woman who is the love interest in Godzilla, opposite Matthew Broderick. Now, I don't know their respective ages, but Matthew Broderick looks about the same age as her. Maybe slightly older, but not really. Tommy Lee Jones looks about... He looks old enough to be her dad, to say the least. And it feels like weird. There's nothing wrong with that. If they're two consenting adults, you can be with anyone you want, age-wise. But it's always... Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a film... I never thought about this, but now I'd like to see it, I think. I don't think I've ever seen a film wherein the protagonist is an older woman, or the love interest is an older woman, and the protagonist or the love interest is a younger man. Now, there are films where that happens, but at least there's one called something Leo Grande or something like that, I can't remember, about a woman who hires a male escort and kind of falls in love with him. But that's my point. Like, when that happens in films, the only time I've seen it happen is when the film is about that. You know what I mean? Like, it's so novel that it's actually the premise of the film. Actually, there's not many films I can think of where they have a female lead. This is interesting. The male lead in a film always has a love interest. Typically, right? 9 times out of 10. Female leads don't get love interests. Very rare, like, unless it's specifically a rom-com. Female leads in most films don't seem to get love interests in the same way. Interesting. Like horror, action. If it's a woman in the lead role, she doesn't have a love interest. Not usually, anyway. I'm sure it happens plenty, but it definitely doesn't happen at the same rate it does for men. And part of that must be thinking that men don't want to watch our protagonist romanced by another man. You know what I mean? Like, they think men will find that a weird thing. So if it's a genre...
Suckers up steel garrote, slaughtered them and left them to rot. I say we paid them in kind.
Aww. So if it's a genre that's... maybe I just love the light on the weapon. Look at it. If it's a genre that, you know, is maybe more popular amongst men, not that women don't watch horror and action films, obviously they do. Just speaking from a executive point of view here, which I obviously am, then maybe they would find that strange in a way. I wonder if that applies for video games as well. I haven't really thought about that either. The Last of Us did a good job at usurping that. You play a female lead, but she's got a female love interest. Boom!
Stop right there. We've got company.
It's pretty good, this thing. And that's with no upgrades. God, it hits like a truck. Oopsie daisy. Must be a better way to... You can do it so that if you do a power attack like this, it slows down time. The idea obviously being to let you...
Another soul for the wheel.
let you slow down time and get a headshot, basically. I'm sure that's the idea. Anyways, my point really was... I'll stop talking about it now. That I feel like women need better representation in this kind of thing. I'd be curious to see if... I guess John Wick didn't have a love interest. I was going to say Ballerina's out soon, and I'd be curious to see if she has a love interest in it. Well, I think you need a love interest. I think movie execs are probably too attached to love interests as a concept. Sometimes romance subplots do feel a little bit shoehorned in. Shoehorned in? That's shoehorned in one word. Although shoehorned is a word as well, so it doesn't really work. That said, I think people go too far with criticism of that. Our generation, not really my generation, but like the next generation, I would say Generation X, is it maybe? Is very anti-sex. Really weirdly prudish when it comes to sex in films and stuff like that. Really to an excessive amount, in my opinion. I remember seeing a criticism. You see these Twitter threads of like most unnecessary sex scenes in films and stuff like that, and they're always super popular. And one of them was like Oppenheimer, and I'm sitting there like thinking, if you watched Oppenheimer and thought that was an unnecessary sex scene, you simply do not understand film. I'm sorry.
Stop right.
Sorry, if you're watching this and you're like early 20s, you're like really you're a strangely sexless generation. It's just the way it is. Whereas my generation is horny as all hell. Unironically. But it's not even about that. Like, sex is part of the human experience and can tell you something about character and story. And is used for that purpose. People talk like sex is always done for titillation in films. And honestly, you ask them for examples of modern decent films that use sex for titillation, And the number is non-existent. No films do it anymore. It is such a rarity. Like, we don't get erotic thrillers anymore like we used to. Like, Basic Instinct, for example, does not get made nowadays, you know? It just doesn't. That kind of genre of film has ceased to go. Cinema as a whole has got way less horny over time. And yet people act like there's tons of unnecessary sex scenes. I cannot remember the last time I saw a sex scene in a film other than Oppenheimer. It's crazy. And it was fundamentally necessary to the film of Oppenheimer. People just see a sex scene and think, oh, must be unnecessary, must be done to bring in money. Leave him alone. Yeah, I'm on it. Don't worry about it. Anyways. You okay there, buddy? You seem fine. People just say things. People just parrot without thought or thinking. I don't understand. Oh, so many dead dwarves. So sad. They shall pay for what they've done. I like that I'm just killing the steel grow. There's no pretense of, yeah, maybe we'll talk our way out of it. No, no, we're gonna murder them all. Although I think there is a bit of an implication that they've been corrupted by the Dream Scourge. Alright. I don't want to be one of those people who's all like, oh, media literacy is dead, but sometimes it does feel like media literacy has kind of gone off a cliff. People don't really engage with films as much anymore. You know, people will watch films on TikTok in little segments and stuff like that, and people will sit on their phone during films, and I just feel like there's a sort of lack of respect for the medium. And as someone who really likes film, I do find it a bit sad. I see, you know, you see these, you'll see like there's a very popular meme that gets posted of like, when, oh, you know, for example, right, this is a thing that Letterboxd do when they do interviews on the red carpet. And they'll ask people what their top 5 films are. They'll ask actors and directors what their top 5 films are. And whenever... Ow. Can I get out of here? Yeah. Whenever someone has a list that's like, you know, someone will say, oh, one of my favourite films is Madagascar, or like their top 5 will be very easily accessible sort of blockbuster films and comedies and stuff like that, which is totally fine, by the way. I'm not judging that in the slightest. But when someone has a list like that, and I don't know why we're talking about this, I'm sorry. There's not like there's much going on here at the moment. When the story kicks off, I'll shut up.
Well, that's that. We'll need another way through.
I saw, but there's a purple. I saw the purple. How do I get to the purple? But there's always sorts of comments like, oh, I love it when someone's got a real list and it's not, you know, pretentious nonsense and stuff like that. I'm sitting there thinking, like, oh, I don't know. It's just such an unwillingness to engage with the format. Like, if someone likes indie films, or if someone likes like foreign language films, or someone likes a film that you've never heard of, they must be a pretentious twat, basically, you know? People couldn't possibly like foreign film. People couldn't possibly like, you know, lesser known films or more complex films. We must all just engage on a basic slop level with everything. And there is nothing wrong with liking your big blockbuster films and stuff like that. But when you suggest people are pretentious, basically, my problem is I feel like there's a big trend of anti-intellectualism at the moment, wherein something that maybe requires engaging a little bit more. I don't know why I'm going on a rant. I feel like I need to keep apologizing. But it feels like if something requires engaging your brain with at least a little bit, it's somehow seen as a negative. Like, people are proud of being stupid sometimes, and look, it's, I don't know. These are beautiful lava. These are fantastic lava effects, by the way. Really, probably the best I've ever seen in a video game. Absolutely incredible looking. It's got that kind of shimmer just hanging above it. It's got that weird lava feeling where it feels like it's in several layers. You know, you've got the sort of the crust at the top that's shuffling along, and then you've got the magma underneath. I mean, like I said, I watched Volcano the other day, which is, by the way, is a complete slop film. It's just blockbuster disaster nonsense with not a shred of smartness to it. And I absolutely, look, I don't think it's a good film, but I really enjoyed my time with it. I'm not trying to be pretentious about this. You can absolutely enjoy stupid films. One of my favourite films of all time is Armageddon, which is an incredibly stupid film. So that's totally fine. But, you know, I also really like First Reformed, for example, or Arrival, or I can't think of any other films. I like weird offbeat horrors and dramas from Montenegro and stuff like that, you know? You just gotta be willing to... There's such a cool world of films out there, and everyone experiences like 0.1% of it. And it doesn't just go for films, it goes for games, it goes for TV, it goes for everything. Although I'll say with TV, people are more open to smarter content. I don't know why. It's weird. Anyways, to the esteemed Inquisitor Ludwin, your mission has moved me greatly. I understand how singular your purpose is, how consuming your desire to serve Aedyr and Wardaker, as I too possess loyalties not even death can sway. I believe you and I may be of assistance to one another, regardless of whether you believe the same. I hope you'll provide me the opportunity to prove as much. Yours in duty, Kostya. Now, I know he's trying to save his people, but oh boy, Kostya, this ain't the way to get me on side, I'll tell you that much. Lots of Rin guards ready for exploring the lava. I had another point to get angry about. I forgot what it was. I don't know, man. It just bugs me. But I always get I always see this criticism. For example, I really don't like Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I think it's a really stupid film, and I'll see it on the subreddit. I'll see someone be like, "Oh, why don't people like this film?" And there'll always be responses that are like, oh, it's just highbrow critics or people who can't just shut their brains off and enjoy a film. Why are you shutting your brain off seen as a positive? If I have to turn my brain off to enjoy a film...
The steel garrote left in a hurry.
Ah!
Either they were 2 steps ahead of us, or running for their lives. What do we have here? Pargrunin books and documents. Some of them quite old.
They circled Solace Keep on the map. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Are they attacking Solace Keep, or are they looking for the garden in the keep? Or that's because Kostya offered them the keep. Probably that one. The point is, like, turning your brain off, why is that seen as a positive? I don't want to turn my brain off to enjoy a film. Why can't a film be exciting and blockbustery, but also reward you intellectually? It's one of the reasons Christopher Nolan is as popular as he is, because he does kind of try to juggle the two. I actually don't like him that much as a director, but I at least appreciate what he tries to do. I'm going to stop talking about it now, but it does bother me, okay? And it's been bothering me all week. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Anyways.
No. These books are all about the garden. They must be here for a reason. This looks more like research to me. The steel garrote was definitely looking for something. Probably trying to find a way to the garden. Through Solace Keep. Impossible. I've explored every inch of the keep. If there was a path to the garden inside the keep, I'd know about it.
It would have to be underground. A secret tunnel, perhaps.
How the steel garrote knew. Didn't Kostya kind of suggest he knew someone? He suggested he knew someone who might know about a path to the garden.
Ludwin must have an informant. There's no other way.
Doesn't matter. The steel garrote getting to the garden cannot be a good thing.
Jota very much agreed with that. Be ready for a fight, no quarter. Watch each other's backs. Yeah.
I knew what I signed up for. Sometimes you have to make a mess to clean a mess. And this is certainly a mess.
Is that ever true?
Watching your backs all this time. Not about to stop now.
Is that ever true? Where you have to... I'm trying to think of a context in which you would make a mess in order to clean a mess, and I don't have anything. I've got an entire blank is what I've got. I may get... No, I can't. I really can't think of an example. You know what I'd love? I'd love an ability to like mark items for tearing apart and then just be able to do it all at once. That's just me being lazy, to be fair. Okay. Rust-stained map of Galloway's tusks. A stained map containing many places they've searched. Solace Keep has been circled thrice. A volume part of a set of Pargrunin history, much of the writing is lost to age and wear, but a slip of cloth marks a spot of particular interest to the previous reader. While his followers welcomed a moment to stop and make rest, many felt strongly that this place, on the coast of the violent, molten land they called Galloway's Tusks, was neither safe nor inviting as a foundation for civilization. Nandri's closest advisors warned him of the Pargrunan settlements that preceded this one, and of the mouldering ruins thereof. Nandri simply gazed out over the acid sea at the mystical glow beyond and said these words, immortalized by tradition and passed down forever since. Here our journey ends, my people. Here we find solace. Ooh, hello. Oh. Don't need Arjaban anymore. I swear when I looked at those upgrades, they required Arjaban. Did it get patched or something? Sure. Once the invaders were repelled and the process of clearing the rubble had begun, Serena quickly established new traditions meant to bolster Solus against future invasions of the type. Many of those traditions are still in place today, though many, such as the prohibition on relying on the written word to carry out culture and knowledge, remain controversial. Serena believed that Solus's thoughts and culture were as valuable as its material resources, and thus they deserved special protection from outside threats. To record our knowledge, culture, and advancements in written form would make them available to be taken or destroyed by foreign invaders, and therefore Serena forbade the creation of written records. While the people of Solus followed the decree, knowing that Serena's strength and strategic acumen had repelled the savages that had broken the walls, many murmured among themselves that this was a step too far. By Serena's decree, materials such as this very volume would be considered illegal, just for fear it would fall into enemies' hands.
Trespasser, she defiles our ground.
I'm on my way. Don't you worry about it. Yeah, that's stupid. Like, the oral tradition, as you would call it, the oral history stuff, is important and valuable and
Murderer, she is near.
That's very cool. I like when they've done this. They clearly just framed this very purposely so you walk out and you've got the volcano right there in your face. I wonder if the volcano's important somehow. I don't know if it's even got a name. If it has, we haven't seen it yet. .420 blazer. Still haven't found this totem.
The garden is under our protection.
Oh.
And who is going to stop?
Me.
The time has come to take the garden.
Wardens will never.
Yesterday, this island suffered in the grip of its own madness. Today, the living lands unites under one flag. One people. One law. One true God.
No! Never again!
You know when I just asked if the volcano's going to be relevant? I think SAPADAL'S had a bit of a fit,
Another soul for the
and she just made the dream fall.
boy. Come. Bravo.
Hi, Shiata. SAPADAL. She freaks out, you know, whenever something. God, look at that! Look how cool that looks. I love glowing things. Glowing things are the best. See, I'm stupid as well. It's fine.
So
Hey,
here
Ludwig.
you are. SAPADAL coaxed you toward the garden, a spider luring a fly to the safety of the web.
Who spins? Who rides? She weaves a trap of steel.
Look at my paladin's envoy. Look what your god has done to us. I should have realized it sooner. The Dream Scourge is SAPADAL'S weapon. A cudgel to drive us out of the living lands.
I didn't come all this way to hear you monologue.
So was I. But SAPADAL had other plans. What a pair we make, envoy. Proxies in a war between gods. Your patron versus my faith. A war that ends here and now. The choice is ours. Do we trust our own judgment? Or do we gamble it all on the monster whispering in your ear?
SAPADAL deserves a chance to be free?
You've seen what they can do in chains. Setting them loose would be a disaster. No matter where we turn, we find the consequences of SAPADAL. Plague, blight, madness. The Living Lands hangs by a thread because mortals cannot live in the shadow of a god, much less one that's lost its mind.
We were fine living at the whim of a sleeping god until you came along and woke it up.
Use whatever brain is left in your skull. Mortals have been here for centuries. It's only gotten worse since you arrived.
You and I alone can save the Living Lands by destroying the unending madness that is SAPADAL.
You're wrong. You're wrong. I just, like, she's not necessarily, like, SAPADAL is clearly making the Dream Scourge, and I'm here to stop the Dream Scourge, but she's doing it. So that's the idea, right? If you think of the Dream Scourge as an immune response, essentially, to repel the Aedyrans, to repel the Steel Garrote. Now, SAPADAL is young as far as gods go. She clearly can't control her emotions entirely, and she can't wield her power that effectively or with the precision necessary, but she's trying to do a good thing. I think if she was free, it would be okay. I think if we just managed to get rid of the Steel Garrote, it would be okay. Maybe we could all live in relative harmony. We did once. My concern is that this is not the first time SAPADAL has done this. SAPADAL has, you know, Galloway's Tusks looks the way it does in part because SAPADAL raged, and same with Shatterscarp. Shatterscarp became a disaster because she raged and she's killed countless people in the past by having just overtly emotional reactions to things. But I think we have to believe that we have helped her get better. And at the end of the day, if it's trusting SAPADAL or it's trusting Ludwin, like, Ludwin might think she's making some good points, but she's a zealot and a monster, and she can't be trusted.
Break the bars!
Right. We've definitely all had input on that decision.
Hear that, you shambling old bag of bones? You decaying cesspit of nightmares?
I knew it might come to this. SAPADAL has a stronger claim on you than we ever did. Still, I had hoped your wisdom would prevail, if not your loyalty. What a shame to destroy so much potential.
We're always meant to fight my nature against your faith.
This battle has raged for millennia. If you will not finish it, then I will. Prepare yourself for the beyond.
Doubt it. Oh my god. Hey, Ludwin. Okay. Whoop. And whoop. And whoop. And whoop. Oh, there she goes. She's definitely a bit of a tank. Oh, she cast a spell the same words I did, interestingly enough. Up your pops, Ludwin. Let you do that. I'm gonna go kill this person.
More drink
Okay.
throws. Really?
All over the place, aren't they? Ludwin, where have you gone? Where's she gone? Genuinely no idea where Ludwin is. Is she the one behind me? No. Get bonked.
You're right.
Watch your right!
Bloody hell.
Take a moment, people.
Did she do everyone? Huh? I think so.
We did it. That steel garrote Korba died just like anyone else. Right. I don't trust that woman to die like a normal person. The garden lit up and everyone changed. I hate to say it, but maybe Ludwig is right about SAPADAL and the Dream Scourge. I really need to lie down. Just for a minute.
She's in a knot. The venom drowns us. Save us, please.
Did she die? I don't believe that she's dead. No part of me believes she's dead. Does this look any good, by the way? It's not like I ever see my character really, but if I could just find one decent looking set of armor, that would be nice. I should have bought that set from thingy. From Blog. She can't be dead. She can't be dead. She didn't lose all her health. She was on about 80-70% health or something like that. Okay, this looks promising. Hey, SAPADAL.
They stand outside our prison. We rattle the bars, they do not hear. We scream. They do not answer.
Tell me the truth, SAPADAL. Are you behind the Dream Scourge?
Truth. Truth? We are in agony. They come. A surging flood of parasites. They destroy us bite by bite.
It's alright, you're safe.
They eat us alive. Out. Let us out. Set us free.
Steel garrote won't hurt you anymore.
There are always more. New steel treads upon the ashes of the old. The light stands in the midst. The old light. It blinds us. Send it away.
Keep trying, breathe, ground yourself.
It hurts. It has always hurt this way. And our pain spreads. And the rot spreads. The plague grows.
The Dream Scourge was you. It was always you.
No. We see now. The mycelial roots tended with our blood and tears. We wanted to be patience and strength, but we were afraid. They hurt us and would not stop.
Naku Kabel's spirits told us what you're capable of when afraid. Yeah.
We did not mean to. We were innocent. We were never taught the meaning of our strength. We were nothing once, and then we were. As we woke to the world, we reached out and we found them, the other gods. We thought they would love us, but they flinched from us like we were a flame. The Charred Queen called us an abomination. We tore chasms in the land and boiled its rivers to stop her magfolk, to save our people. How could we have known how fragile their bodies were? She hurt us, killed those who loved us. She wanted us gone, forgotten, destroyed utterly.
That's why Rodeker came for the Aikido. It's because of you. No wonder you're furious. I would be too. Fuck the gods, yeah.
Our rage crawls through the soil. We were innocent. Yet she made it our sin. She who caged us. She who called us monster. We thrash and the affliction rises. We scream and the rot spreads. We did not intend to lie. We only wanted to be loved. We only wanted not to be alone. They hurt us. We hurt them back. We hurt them again. We dreamed of green shoots, roses without thorns to prick. But the vines of the past strangle us. Help us. We are alone.
I'm with you, Sapadal. In for a penny, in for a pound at this point.
At last, gentleness, like the soft kiss of summer. We will make this better. We promise. Help us. Release us. Then the rot ends.
I keep my promises, Sapadal.
We give you another sliver of our power, a piece of us. Do you accept? The parasites who trapped us left a door in the garden's wall. Reach it, and you can set us free. Let us aid you once more.
Sure.
We grant you our power. Find the wall of the valley across the acid sea. It cups our prison in its palm. It waits. We wait. Free us. End our suffering.
Seeds of Vengeance. Oh, replaces Dream Touch. Heals and revives all nearby allies. It deals damage over time to Delungan, Dreamfalls, and Vessels. Temporarily turns up to 3 nearby Kith corpses into allied Dreamfalls. Alright, that's pretty cool. Just want to have a little look around the area. I think we're near the head, aren't we? So I need to try to find this. Oh, the head! Is this the head? This is the bit with the head! Right, the totem bit should be here. I'm pretty sure the totem bit is here. I'm also a little bit concerned about what Marius... Oh, is that?
I wager those artifacts you found fit together somehow. Let's have a closer look at camp.
I'm a little concerned what Marius has to say. he seemed very annoyed that I didn't ask his opinion, but frankly, I don't really see why I would have asked his opinion. I trust that Sapadal... It was said from the start, she's just young. She's a kid, essentially, in terms of gods. She doesn't really understand her power and what she's doing. She's just reacting to how she's been mistreated. I have to believe that if we release her, and we give her her freedom, and we take the pain away, that it'll be alright, you know? Now, it says to resurrect a corpse. Does that work if I've turned them into broken frosty things? No. It would work on that one, though. I was hoping it would resurrect from the pile of ice, somehow. Which, you know, fair enough. Probably not surprising that it didn't. I'm still missing quite a lot of abilities, I think. I'm missing 2. I think one of those is a memory. These are all from memories. And then we've got one final ability. I don't want to think I've missed anything major. That would make me sad. And I'm already so sad. No, not really. Alonzi.
We've got company.
They're all just in pieces. I'm never going to use this ability. At least not to get 3. I might get 1 every now and again. It's like 1 in 4 of them won't turn into blocks of ice. We've got to get to Solace Keep. But I need to go talk to Marius first. And then we've got to get to Solace Keep. We are in the end game, folks. Maybe one more video after this, actually. Actually, I probably will specifically make sure it's one more video after this, because I suspect that it's 2. It's always a slightly awkward situation where you've got maybe like an hour and a half left. You don't really know for sure. I'll check my phone for something. They're all really annoyed and ask for their opinion. Like, I don't know. I wasn't going to side with Ludwig. I guess I'm sorry. Grumble, grumble. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. They've been part of the journey from the start. Even if I wasn't going to take their opinion into consideration, I should have asked them at the very least.
Nicely done.
Thanks. So such a heft to it, you know? Every hit just... Oh, imagine getting hit with... I mean, just imagine getting hit with the mace like this. This massive slab. Oh, I mean... That is a... Oh, that's a bonk and a half.
Did you see me, Marius?
I'm not allowed to fast travel right now, actually. You can see in the top left. Funnily enough, that does way less damage, I think, than if I just shot them in the head. Let's try this again. I've got a dead person on the left. Is that my guy there?
Never had a chance.
Yeah, go on, buddy. Get in there. If nothing else, it's a bit of meat for the fight. Hello, friend.
Come with us.
Nope. Pass. I'm out. That was weird. I am outie. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Oh my god, please stop following me. Wait, what the hell is this? Not sure I'm getting out of here, really. Hope we go the right way. I suppose. Are you dead? Yeah, thank God for that. I mean, it's cool that I can summon them, but then I have to look at them all the time, and they're a little spooks, honestly. To Solace Keep. I don't think they're going to let me fast travel at all. I think they just want me to run all the way there. Oh, now I can fast travel. Because I want to get to a party camp before we go to Solace Keep. Talk to Marius. Have him yell at me. Rather inevitably. That's okay. Maybe see if we can upgrade the book at all, although I suspect not. We'll do our best. But your best isn't good enough. No, we didn't really get one, did we? Where's the upgrade thing? 2 toadstools? Can I make 2 toadstools? Oh, we can make... Lovely, lovely. What's the next level do? I mean, that was a tiny upgrade, and the next one is a tiny upgrade. So it's not really a high priority. I'm not going to get there anyway.
Envoy?
Marius?
I've seen Mount Forgia erupt before, but never like that. It's like it was angry. Like it was screaming in pain. I don't know what really happened, but I assume SAPADAL was involved.
Of course, Mountain does have a name. I'm learning SAPADAL'S more involved in all this than we thought.
Blessed gods. Is it too much to ask to just let us live our lives for a while? It's like they have nothing better to do. Anyway.
Is that it? I thought he was going to yell at me.
Talking.
I'm glad he didn't yell at me. Oh, we should finish the totem. Eavesdrop.
It will sunder all the living lands if we do not put a stop to it.
I know. I felt the lives lost.
It is inexcusable. The forces of nature must be kept in balance. This abuse cannot go unpunished. Power has a cost. If this is how it rules over its domain, it has shown that it cannot be trusted to wield it.
Regrettable. It could have learned from us.
cannot reach us, nor we it. The damnable Aedyr separates us. We cannot hide forever. Some other way to circumvent the... No. No. What do you mean?
We are too late. I sense a great shift in the Aedyr. One of our siblings has moved with terrible strength. What have they done?
Then may the hunt begin.
Killing an enemy gives you 4% damage reduction. God, that sucks as well. That's a really bad totem. The third one is so much better. So, Eophas thought that something had to be done about SAPADAL, but clearly wasn't happy with how... I can't remember who it was anymore. From a moment ago with the mage folk, the mage folk, and all that. Clearly not happy that they went to war against SAPADAL, basically killed a lot of the people, SAPADAL'S people, the Aedyr, and then trapped SAPADAL away. SAPADAL, yeah, SAPADAL made some mistakes, but at the end of the day, like...
On high alert. Good. At least they know how to plan for a crisis.
We've seen the other gods.
Don't like the way that lava is rising.
Hello?
That's why none will build this house.
We've seen the other gods go on murderous rampages, you know?
He's not the one I'm worried
It's just
about.
god things, isn't it? It's just a part and parcel of being a god that you have to kill a bunch of people sometimes.
I knew it. The moment I saw that the heathen...
I don't know.
Everyone, please, do not panic. Simply exit the keep, quickly and calmly, and... We're all going to die.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. No one's gonna die. People might die.
Oh, Marius, praise Abaddon, you are alive.
What's happening? Why is everyone running around like blessed fools?
The volcano erupted. Any minute now, we're going to be flooded. We're evacuating. Kostya's gone to open the lava sluice gates, but they've been disused for so long. When Forja erupted, I thought... Oh, my boy. I'm so glad you're alive.
Envoy, well, I'm glad you survived your trip up the mountain.
We're minutes away from being overrun by lava flows. I have to get my people out. You must leave now.
Let's not waste time then. Where's the path to the garden?
We told you, we don't know. And this is hardly the time to be asking.
Then find someone who can help us. We know the path is beneath the keep, and so do the steel garrote. They would have stormed the walls by now. The Dream Scourge got them first.
They're all dead, by the way. You're welcome.
The steel garrote were marching on the keep? How? Why would they think the garden was beneath Solace?
Books? Steel garrote were in possession of Barkrunum books and records.
How could they have gotten anywhere close to such valuable artifacts? Kostya's scouts would have seen them and they didn't report. You weren't lying then. He was. Good God.
Could Kostya have told the steel garrote about another entrance to the garden?
No. If such a thing existed, I can't believe it. He wouldn't. We took an oath to Nandru. The garden was our sacred duty, and he betrayed us. I can't believe I didn't see this coming. I was a fool. I have failed my duties. Kostya.
He's been trying to make a deal with Aedyr using the Keeper's bartering chip.
I knew he was making overtures, but I didn't think he'd go that far. The ambassador has not responded to Kostya's overtures, has he? I made sure of that when I threw the ambassador's replies in the forge fire. I understand how Kostya could be tempted by false notions of freedom and prosperity, but... Oh, this is entirely too much. could he have done this? I can't believe Kostya handed the Steel Garrote a secret we protected for hundreds of years. We took Mayu. Who knows what he'll do with the sluice gates? He cares so little for the keep that I worry he's going to have us drowning in lava.
Tell me where he is. I need to find the garden.
I will. Abaddon stay my tongue if I betray him, but I will. I will show you where Kostya has gone. If you find that he's doing anything other than opening the gates that would protect our home from the lava, I would ask that you stop him.
Mihala.
I do not wish to see him dead, but if he would risk the keep, then he risks our lives. I cannot suffer those who would harm us to live. Now I must return to the evacuation, and you must go on your way.
Wish you and your wardens the best.
Let's hope we don't need your wishes. If your arrival is indeed a message from Nandru, I hope he remembers his people well. I hope he is proud of us. And Marius, make it back to us in one piece.
I assume that's an order, Commandant?
Head through the door in the smithy. You'll find Kostya in the lava tubes beneath the keep. Go now, and go with the gods.
Ludwig basically has to be alive, right? Or this doesn't mean anything. Like, the Steel Garrote are getting to the garden. Who are the Steel Garrote in this circumstance? They don't exist anymore, really. So, there's no way Ludwig's not alive. Well, you know, alive inverted commas. Right, we will end it there. Feels like it's appropriate time. A couple minutes left. Next video, I suspect, is the final video, which is very appropriately timed because it looks like Oblivion is going to shadow drop today. So, whilst I didn't quite make it in time, I was very close. Not bad, all told. But yeah, exciting times in the world of Avowed. I will see you lovely folks very soon for what I assume is that final episode. Stop it, buddy. Final episode. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.